The following is a presentation of the Eagles Sports Network.
Carson-Newman returns home for the first time in 3 weeks when it battles Mars Hill on Saturday. I'm Andrew Rogers. It's the head coach, Stephen Lyons, for the Eagles Sports Network. Coach, finally back at home. This will begin a stretch where you'll play 4 of your next 5 at home. It'll be your final 4 home games of the season before you get into November. Let's talk about another week of preparation. It's weird how the schedule is played out this way, but back-to-back just weekend matches. You've had a whole week, or will have a whole week, to prepare for another weekend match. Pros and cons that you have seen now going through this process and having such a long break between matches. Certainly after a loss on Sunday, it may be more helpful, but how do you kind of look at those and how it's played out over the last 2 weeks?
I think we needed this week, to be honest, after the game on Sunday. Quite a bit of reflection and, players needing to take ownership. We chatted about it and, the mental capabilities going into games, making sure that we're switched on for the full 90 minutes. We need to do a better job with that. We know that collectively, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the reaction is going into Saturday's game.
It's very weird because I can say your defense has been pretty good, but the stats may not totally reflect that because 13 of the 17 goals you've allowed have come in just 3 games. Coker, Limestone, Montevallo have all been games you've allowed 4 or more, so it seems like when teams score, they score a lot. Is there a way to prevent that, avoid that? Because if your defense is on, we're talking about 3 clean sheets over your last 5. But if it's off or a team's able to score multiple times, it's come in waves. So how do you prevent that to keep yourself in games, maybe when it's 1-2-0 to at least battle back or whatnot, to maybe get a time?
Again, we talk about it. It's been focused and switched on and everybody doing their jobs. It's not just the defence or the keeper. Front to back it starts on the press, how we want to look to win the ball back, and then again, whether we score or whether we concede, making sure that we're focused specifically for the next 5 minutes to make sure that we don't concede again, and we look to really attack the opponent as well.
Yeah, we mentioned it's kind of been a weird couple of weeks, just 2 games over the last couple of weeks after that brutal stretch of 4-7. Been the same for Mars Hill, though. They've played just once over the last 3 weeks, got back in action yesterday to beat Wingate. What stands out to you about this team? Probably hard to figure out because you've had to go back so far into September to maybe scout them besides Wednesday's result with Wingate, but what stands out when you see them on film?
Again, well organised. They actually went ahead against Wingate and then Wingate came back, but they had some really good opportunities early on against obviously a very good Wingate side, so we know that they're going to look to cause problems. I think Peter's already got 9 goals in 7 games, so we know the threat that he poses, and again a really solid team that we're going to have to be ready for and be mentally switched on.
You mentioned Peter Ploman, most goals in the conference, 10th most or 9th most maybe in the country. But what stood out to me statistically, they've averaged the most shots on goal per game, and they're also top 10 in that category nationally. So not only is it just him, but it's got to be several others that contribute to that. How do you limit them from getting clean, good looks on goal on Saturday?
Well, ideally we have the ball, so then they can't shoot.
That's true. Yeah.
But again, it's going to make sure that we're getting good pressure on the ball, forcing them to the areas that we think we can have an advantage with, and just being switched on. Again, for us, just mentally making sure that we're ready for the challenge and up for it.
All right, we'll end with Senior Day on Saturday. Federico Simonetti, Levi Burdett, Daniel Venislon, Paul Smarek, all the gentlemen you'll honor on Saturday. Certainly some have been here 4 years, some have been here a couple of years. What's it been like to coach those 4 and see them walk on Saturday?
Great group, whether they've been here a year or 2 or all 4. Fantastic to work with, always bring a great attitude to training and into the games. 3 of them are in the leadership group and represent the programme well. But all 4 of them just good people off the field as well, good characters, which is what we look for. Good players, and we'll miss them, but we'll wish them the best as well.
All right, good luck against the Lions on Saturday.
Thank you.
That is the head coach, Stephen Lyons. I'm Andrew Rogers, and this is the Eagles Sports Network.